Well, this holiday season, Portland is what you make. With the state of economy on most people's minds, this year provides an opportunity to wrap up holiday cheer while supporting local makers. That's the focus of this week's issue of Willamette Week, celebrating what our next guest describes as talented, passionate artisans creating items made with an overwhelming amount of love and craft. Can't beat that. Joining us now is Robin Bacior, Willamette Week Arts and Culture Editor, and this is a look at the Willamette Week. Hopefully you can see it. It says Portland is what you make. And Robin, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Tell us about the inspiration for this particular issue in building a local Portland DIY economy.
Sure. So, I think as we all know, economic concern is pretty high and was highlighted even more by the recent election. We're going into the holiday season. People want to be giving things to their loved ones. So thinking, how can we boost our local economy and help the artisans around us? We can think local. We have this incredible community of makers working in so many different mediums. And so it just felt like the right time to focus on either buying from those folks who are already making these cool things or learning how to make those things yourself.
This issue includes makers markets where you can find all your holiday goods, but you also highlight other categories of makers from DIY spaces to artists to a bee advocate. How did you choose the makers that you featured in this?
So there are so many people we couldn't include, which I want to acknowledge because the city is just so full. But we really tried to think of sort of a span of what being a maker can mean, whether that is an artisan who has a big following online and is always selling out their new drops, or someone who's just getting their start at makers markets, or someone who's just working purely out of passion. We wanted to sort of highlight all of those different forms of being a maker, and also to encourage the reader, if they are interested in something that they want to start making, looking at spaces around town that can support that.
Are there any maker stories you feel really stand out in this issue?
It's really hard to choose, but I would say Rachel Harms Milland, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. You write names, but you don't always say them out loud. But she is an advocate for bees and bee habitats. The miniatures that she is making and crafting, the home that she made for an injured bumblebee named Harriet over the summer, is just kind of mind-blowing. So that was a story that I really enjoyed.
I bet that was a fun issue to put together. Robin, thanks for coming on the program today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We appreciate your time. You can read the entire article in the latest edition of Willamette Week on newsstands now or online at wweek.com.